when we actually sit down to test these things, once we're finished,
Mm-hmm.
what we probably should do is load up or blueprint and delete one, and put a world in and test one at a time.
Probably best. But it's getting hinky building them at this point.
Yeah. And it might be best, say, to test yours on your computer.
That sounds like a very, very great plan.
Because you won't have to deal with lag between your stuff and my stuff, causing yours to fail, and vice versa.
Oh, because these aren't. Okay. Alright, these... Alright, first things first, I need to get rid of... inner door airlocks. This needs to go away. Now.
Oh, I know something I can talk about briefly.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about names for the ships. And a lot of people liked your suggestion of the whale shark.
Okay, okay.
The reason why I don't want to go with the whale shark, well, one, sharks have vertical tails, and this thing has a horizontal tail, and was always going to.
Are you gonna name that thing the beluga?
No.
Okay.
My original thought, when it was before I had, well, let me rephrase my previous statement. It was if it was going to get a tail, it was always going to be horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
When I was still on the fence about it having a tail or not, I was thinking of calling it Tyche's Tear, because it was kind of teardrop shaped.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably mispronouncing it, but Tyche is the Romanized version of the Greek goddess of luck. And it was actually, Tyche was one of the last of the Roman pantheon to be openly worshipped. So much so that at one point the Catholic Church thought about canonizing Tyche as the saint of luck.
Okay. Alright, so that's all set up, ready to be timed. I don't recognize the name, and I'd probably have to look at the spelling to see if I even recognize it. Oh, nope, this isn't ready. Crap.
The name Tycho?
Mm-hmm.
That it, when used in Western settings, because I have heard of it used in Oriental settings, but in Western settings, it is a masculine variation based upon the goddess's name.
Interesting.
Let's see. Other interesting. I've been reading some interesting things about
Oops. Let's get it turned off.
things that they're looking at putting into Arc.
Mm-hmm.
From like dev interviews and things like that. They released the dossier on the Phoenix, and below that is the information from the dev interview,
Right.
where they kind of answered general questions that the community has. And one of them, they're talking about the being able to grow cactus. Speaking of, in our on server, I found where the aloe vera is, which is the cactus stuff that we can make flamethrower now.
Crap, I forgot to do something.
Oh dear.
Yeah. A suggestion that you made that I planned on doing and I forgot about.
Mind filling me in?
The windows at the airlocks.
Ah. Don't want to accidentally space a kid, man.
No.
Think of the children.
Children are little bastards.
I personally, I have always hated the think of the children as a reason to justify anything.
Yeah. There was this kid on a delivery today. The family itself was kind of strange. It's kind of annoying. We got in and out of her as quickly as we could. Not even going to go into what made the family strange, just because it's going to distract from what I'm about to get into. There were 4 kids in the house, 3 boys and 1 girl. And one of the boys and one of the girls, the youngest boy and the girl, was helping their grandmother. I guess she is to her possibly mother. I have no idea. I'm not going to guess. Helping her clear off a desk for us to move a new one in. And as we were leaving, the other 2 boys, I guess, were distracted because they never came in to mess with us or bother us.
Yeah.
But when they realized we were there, kind of like spoiled dogs, they came a running to bug us. And the only thing they were doing and saying was stomping with 1 foot, asking our name. The whole time.
Why?
Yeah. So, stomp, what's your name? Stomp, what's your name? Whole time. Don't know why. It was annoying as hell. Now, on the way out, I'd gotten quite tired of this, and while grandmother was inside still being who she was, they followed us out again like poorly kept dogs. And when they were up around our truck as we're trying to leave, I looked at them. I kid you not. I looked at him and I said, my name is Lucifer. His name is Beelzebub. Now go to hell away. They kind of looked at me in disbelief. So.
Well, guess who's getting ass packed for deliveries?
I don't even care. I don't even care. None of that should have happened, and it was just annoying, and she let that continue, and it was just really, really annoying. I don't like kids. I don't like rotten kids. Let's rephrase that.
Cook them right with butter and salt. Not bad.
Trying to cut down. My waistline's getting a bit big.
Fright. God. This is gonna get clunky as the back of this thing takes shape.
And I am placing blocks everywhere except for where I want to put them. Okay.
Why'd you do that?
Lag is throwing me around a little bit.
This is... If I'm not careful, this is going to look like some sort of fat Voyager.
Kind of already does.
Yeah. I don't want that.
Okay.
Nothing against whoever designed the Intrepid glass, but the writers, they screwed that up because according to the universe, it's a scout cruiser. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense for a scout cruiser to be thrown across the galaxy. I mean, story-wise, it's good because you don't have... You're avoiding the Battlestar Galactica thing. Luxury space battleship stuff.
Right.
I'm fine with that. But when you have the Borg, and the Borg are defeated, like huge swaths of the Borg are defeated by a scout cruiser, when not 10 years before, one Borg ship. I mean, it's like the reverse of when the Borg showed up in Federation space.
Pretty much.
The Borg show up in Federation space and wipe out anything they come in contact with. Janeway ends up over there in a scout cruiser and wipes out any Borg they have come in contact with. It's like, really? Really? And the only way they successfully do that storyline-wise is by panzifying the Borg. I know there's a lot of people that had problems with Voyager because of it being captained by a woman, and that didn't bother me that much.
No.
Other than the fact I didn't think she could act.
No. I still liked her, but no.
Yeah, she does a pretty good job of a William Shatner style, a modern William Shatner style of acting. Which, after having Picard and even Sisko, I'm not a big fan of the actor who played Sisko, but I can't see Sisko played by anybody else.
Right. Okay, now I need to stop mirroring and start over.
Those two did a very good job. Janeway always came across fairly rough, and was it Kate LaRue? Is that the actress's name?
Who?
Who played Janeway?
Mulgrew, I think her name is. Yeah.
Okay.
That. I need my vent. I need... that. I need a timer.
Alright. This is going to get interesting because I think...
And we'll keep things consistent with one light type. Bam.
Things are going to have to... The shape, because of where I placed my escape pods, the shape of the shell is going to have to change significantly around the escape pods. So I've got to figure that out now.
Alright, so first things first.
Which is going to suck a little bit.
Let's do that, and... Oh yeah, also need button panel. Control panel. We'll put one of these on either side for access. Roundy bit goes down. No, roundy bit goes up. Okay. And at what point is this comfortable height? That is actually just right. Okay, okay.
Roundy bit?
Roundy bit. Honestly, I think out of all the captains, Cisco is a tight second for me as favorites. I really did like him. Um, I don't even ask me what his Avery Brooks, I think his name was. Yeah.
Yes, it was Avery Brooks.
Yeah. Me and my dad both. We actually really like him as an actor and as the captain of the station. We really enjoyed it. I don't know who I could place in as my top, though, to be honest.
Oh, I thought he did a fantastic job. It's just I'm not the other things I've seen him in.
No, well, I haven't seen him in much that I can remember.
Kind of like I'm not a big fan of who they got to play. Well, one, I'm not a big fan of the storyline for River Song in Doctor Who. I'm also not a big fan of the actress. Granted, I haven't seen much of her.
Right.
So, but I haven't really enjoyed what she's been in, so...
Waiting for fanboys to come in and dislike every video you got now.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
How dare I say anything bad about anything related to Doctor Who?
Right?
I mean, the greatest thing to happen to that series is what's his face leaving.
Matter Tenant.
Neither of them. The show writer.
Oh,
Moffat.
Yeah. Alright. That should do there. You know what? Let's do something fun there. We'll put that back.
Okay. So, can I put that there? I think I can. Because I don't... Yeah, at 90 degrees they don't merge. They have to be side by side to merge. Okay. Like right there, which I'm not doing.
Let's do that there. And we're not going to have glass on the outside, because that would not be safe. Can't have unsafe ships.
Dude, we're building giant ships with extreme detail and space engineers.
Yeah.
This is like everything but sacrificing landing gears to claim.
True. What do I need? Button. Where's the button? Here's the button. Well, let me re-put that in a different idea. It's not. I can't say realistic either, can I? I don't like the idea of putting glass on the outside of my airlock. Inside, okay. Outside, no.
Any particular reason?
I don't know. It just doesn't seem right. Just don't feel right.
So if you're an astronaut and you get trapped outside on one of the ships Fuzzy has designed, don't bother banging on the doors or anything because nobody will be around looking outside.
No. realize I'm making a huge mistake not mirroring at this point, but I wouldn't finish what I was doing earlier, and I had an idea. Dangerous thing, that.
Did you do the whole ooh sort of noise that Jakar does?
No, not really. Not this time.
Ah.
It was more of the look that Garrett gets when he gets that look.
Ah.
And yes, I was the name I was looking for, and I think I said it when we were playing it. The Doctor, Jeffrey Combs was the actor I was thinking about when I was thinking about the voice actor of the Doctor in Secret World.
Ah,
Not
okay.
Garrick's voice actor. Jeffrey Combs plays the Vorta. He's the primary one. I just heard his name today. He also plays the Andorian in Enterprise.
Oh yeah.
That's Jeffrey Combs.
Okay.
Plays a lot of Star Trek characters.
The Andorian in Enterprise. I love that character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's fun. All right, airtight hangar doors. These are right, outer, airlock doors.
I also love the look of the Andorian ships in Enterprise. So.
All right, and let's make.
Actually, they looked fairly similar to what I'm building.
Ah,
Except the forward bulge was a lot smaller.
gotcha.
I saw something on the workshop that was interesting. It was a screenshot. Because of the way glass reflects things,
Uh-huh.
somebody had coated the exterior of their ship in glass. And it makes it look like it's a stealth ship.
Me and a friend tried that. It actually, even though it's incredibly weak, it does help as armor too. You think about it.
Yeah.
Incredibly weak glass armor, but yeah, it is really neat the way it looks. And of course, the best armor is armor you don't have to use. So if it's stealthy, there you go.
Knew somebody that flew on the B1, which is the B1. Yeah, the B1 is the supersonic one. The B2 is the
big stealth.
yes.
Yeah.
And people would ask him which one did he prefer, and he said he liked the B1 because if you got into trouble, you could run away.
Yeah.
In fact, I may put the running lights on sometime this week in between now and next week.
Mm-hmm.
Because of I'll just cheat myself in a huge amount of steel plates,
Right.
and then run through and place the unfinished lights. Because I have, I think, over 10,000 lights on this craft.
Yikes. Let's toggle these off. See them? Ooh, that's a nice effect. That is screaming, hey, do not enter. And that might be a better thing. Nah, we're going to keep it what we both know and understand. And I fell off. Okay.
I also realized I do not have a proper external airlock on this thing.
Yeah, I was in that position at some point. Know how you feel.
I think I'll just rework the ramps, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll make sure that the ramps can work as an airlock. How did...
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's what I wanted. Yeah.
Now on the outside, we're just going to have, or on the inner, we're just going to have one light that isn't actually emitting, it's just showing the color. Well, this is going to be boring for my viewers. I'm just setting up an airlock.
Yeah. How do you think it was for my viewers when I was sitting in the control interface for all the fine-tuning stuff with my jump drive? About the same. I mean, right now I'm just flying around going click, 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 click.
Yeah, pretty much, but we are keeping somewhat verbally active this time around.
Yeah.
Inner airlock. Right.